various signs of devotion is what Narada is enunciating, and he is giving the opinion of other Maharshis. Parasharya is Parashara's son, Maharshi Vedavyasa, says, Puja dishu anuraga iti parasharya. That is, taking interest in puja, in worshipping, and similar acts. Yeah? Garg Rishi says, it is spiritual gossip, that is talking about spiritual experiences, hearing the stories, inspiring stories about divinity, talking about one's own life and the miracles that has been happening in your life by divine grace. That will bring the flood of devotion within you, and it's a way of expression or the sign of devotion. You know, when there is devotion, you can't stop talking about. So that is another flavor of another sign of devotion. Then the third is Rishi Shandilya. Shandilya, he says, rejoicing in the self without conflict is sign of attainment of highest bliss, highest love. How is it possible this whole world is filled with conflicts? You open your eyes, there is conflict. You close your eyes, there is conflict. You see conflicts everywhere. It is not just the conflict between enemies, conflict between friends only. Conflicts happen between friends, and then they become enemies. Then, of course, when there is animosity, there is conflict. And in nature, there is conflict. The world means conflict. So we try to get rid of the conflict, and by trying to get rid of conflict, you engage yourself in the conflict. This is what happens. But when you abide in self, because self is non-dual, then there is no conflict. When you accept the existence of conflict as it is there, yes, let it be, you become free from it. Someone asked me how to quieten the mind. I said, you cannot quieten the mind. It's like trying to calm the seas, ocean. Ocean cannot be without ripples. A water body cannot be there without ripples unless it is frozen. And if it freezes, it's only for some time. The nature of mind is such. Nature of mind is conflict. But when you abide by the self, accepting the mind is like this, it is always wagging its tail. Let it be. Then you find the bliss of the self, the non-dual self. And that is the sign of devotion. If someone is a devotee, he doesn't mind, he doesn't care about long conflicts. And he just is enjoying, is happy-go-lucky. You say happy-go-lucky. He knows, all these conflicts happen, they'll all be over. Because conflict is a temporary state, it's not a permanent state. It is tension itself is a temporary state. If it's become permanent state, then you don't call it tension, you call it that is how it is. It becomes its nature. So conflict and tension are temporary. When you understand this, you abide by that which is permanent, that which is there all the time, that is the self. When you log on to the self, then you are in the space of devotion. A devotee rejoices in bliss beyond the conflicts. Without the conflict doesn't mean he is trying to resolve the conflict to be there. No, he simply accepts this is the nature of the world. Duality means conflict and divinity means the self, and that is devotion. But Narada says, but my opinion is that you offer all your actions, good or bad, all actions, you offer it to the divine. And when you forget the divine, you feel extreme anguish. Forgetful of divinity causes extreme anguish for those who have known about it even a little bit. If they had a taste, it's almost like people who go into withdrawal symptoms when they don't get to drink. Drugs or drinks, when they've had the experience of it, that high, when they don't have it, what happens to them? They go into anguish, they go into withdrawal symptoms. Right? Here Narada says that devotion is such. Once it catches, it permeates all your action. Anything you do, you are thinking you are doing for the divine. Because you are not, nothing is left of you inside there. And when you forget even for a moment the divinity, it causes anguish. If it causes anguish and longing, that is a sign there is love. If you are not in any longing, that means love is missing. Love and longing, they go together. They are very strange combination of love and longing. If there is no love, how can there be a longing? If there is longing, that indicates there is love. Here Narada talks about that quality of love which also carries along with it longing. That's how it is. This is for someone who has experienced. Only then that person can say it. That is how this is. Astyevameva. It is like that only. How? Then he gives an example. Yatha vraja gopikanam. Like the gopis, the maids of Gokul, Vraj. They were in such deep love with Krishna. And the agony of the separation from Krishna and the longing that they have for them is historic. It was known to everybody how the gopis were longing for Krishna. It's a love story. Each one would narrate their love and their longing, and that is how they spend their whole life, talking about the glory. Here it says, though they were in deep love with Krishna, they did not forget His glory, His greatness. Here we need to understand this thing. See, on a physical level there is attraction. Attraction is normal, is common. In nature there is attraction. Butterflies get attracted to flowers, and flowers bloom to attract the butterflies, the bees. And so are all the species. Every species has got that inborn attraction. They get attracted to their own species, they get attracted to food, they get attracted to water, nature. So this attraction is on the physical level. Then on the mental level, there is attachment. You get attached. Cows do get attached to their own cow shed. They go gaze and they come and they go into their own shed. If there are in cow sheds, you will find they will not go to other sheds because they are used to one place. They get so attached to that place. Same with dogs. Same with people. Of course, people, it's very obvious. You get attached to, sometimes you get attached to things like a chair or, then you can. I have heard about a court case in California where an elderly couple fought for an easy chair, rocking chair, and they got divorced because of that chair, because they both wanted the chair. And then the judge ruled, okay, 6 months you can use that chair, 6 months the other can use the chair. It is very strange how our attachment works. On the mental level, we get attached to many things. Get so attached to our posts, our objects and people around. This is on the mental level. On the level of the self, there is love that is much deeper. So love is not just attraction or attachment. It is much deeper, much deeper. Love is much deeper. It is your very existence. So on the level of the self, the same love manifests as devotion. Love cannot stand distance. That's why when you love somebody, you want to know everything about them. When people fall in love with each other, they start policing each other. They want to know everything about them. And so they dig. I have heard this. They dig about their whole past. What did you do? Where did you go? Whom did you speak to? And they talk about all their past. And sometimes that becomes an impediment for their present or future relationship. I have seen many relationships getting broken because they were discussing each other's past. So when young people come to me with any of those relationship problems, I often tell them, shut up don't talk about your past. It is your ignorance, whatever you did in the past or some karma, whatever happened, and then now you are digging all that and you are talking about it. It makes your head reel and you are unable to enjoy the present moment. You are unable to see the flowers around you. You are unable to hear the birds chirping. You are unable to see that drizzle that's coming around. And enjoy the present moment. You are talking about some silly thing what the other person did. And you start doubting. And you start losing respect for others. These are two things that a human psyche is craving for. One is respect, another is love. Unless and until you have both, you don't feel complete. You want respect. You want other person to respect you. When you lose the respect, you seem to be losing love also somewhere. Or the fear of losing respect, you stop appreciating others' love for you. You crave for love, but you don't know how to handle love. If someone tells you they love you, you don't know how to handle it. If someone pours a whole bucket of love on you, you cannot hold it, you cannot catch it, you want to run away. Many people run away from the fear of love also. They cannot stand. Sometimes love can be so strangling. You feel so strangled. You feel enough is enough. I want to run away. Why? Because that love has not matured. It has not become devotion. But in the case of gopis, that was not the case. Love can't stand the distance. Respect needs the distance. This is main problem here. You know the common saying in English, familiarity brings contempt. This is when you are shallow inside, you don't have substance, you are not genuine. If there is hypocrisy inside, familiarity brings contempt. But if you are well established, if you are centered, familiarity brings more respect. For a centered person, for a devotee, the more you know him, the more you grow in respect. The more you are amused and amazed of the person. Enlightened being is one who, the more you go close to them, the more you are in love, the more your respect for the person grows. If your character is so strong, if you are well established, familiarity breeds more respect. So here, the gopis, though they were in such deep love of Krishna, they did not forget his glory. That love is divine love. This happens in normal relationship also. You can see the elderly couple, when they see the integrity and honesty of a person, their respect for the person grows more. The more you come close to them, they feel that they are really wonderful person. Respect and love, both are form of divine love. Tatrapi na mahatma jnana vismrityapavadaha. Though gopis were in deep love with Krishna, they were not scholars, they had not studied books, they were simple maids. They are simple people, innocent people. Their love was so great. There is a nice story. Once Lord Krishna, of course, he left Vrindavan and he went to Dwarka, the west coast of India, some 2000 miles away. And then it seems Lord Krishna once had a headache and the headache would not go. Whatever he took, any medicine, nothing would work. Then they said, how will the headache will go? He said, we want some dust from the feet of the devotee to be put on the head. Then that headache will go. So a messenger from Lord Krishna goes to Vrindavan, asks the gopis, when he went there, gopis asked him, how is our Lord, how is Sri Krishna doing? He said, yeah, he's fine, but he has this headache. And they said, we need some dust from your feet to be put on his head. Usually, you respect somebody, you don't show your foot to them. Not only giving the dust from your feet. The scripture says the dust from your feet means it is derogatory and you will go to hell. If you put your feet on the head of the divine, that means you are doing big sin, you will go to hell. So people said, I know mediocre devotee said, oh no, how can I put my dust on Lord's head, then I will go to hell. This was the concern. But the gopi said, wow, this small thing. But if my beloved's headache goes away, I am ready to go to hell. I don't mind going to hell. How much more do you want? Take as much as you want. Take loads of the of mud. We will put our feet in any mud you want us to put our feet on. But please see that our beloved is happy. Our beloved is safe. Our beloved is healthy. So that feeling of giving everything to the beloved is what the gopis are known for. And seems that little dust from the devotee's feet took away the headache of the Lord. Love of beloved is such that you are there to bring happiness to the other. Devotion is not where you start bargaining. Look, I am so devoted, you give me this, you give me that. Often people encash on their devotions. You fast, you do this, you do that, and then tell God, look, I have done all this, I am devoted to you, give me this, give me what I want. So your wants are much bigger than your feeling, your love for God, love for the divine. Which is bigger? You are using devotion as a currency to get what you want. Then you are important. This is the difference between lust and love. In lust, you are important. You want to enjoy, you want to possess, you want to take things for yourself. In love, you want to make the other happy. You are here only to bring happiness to others. Your happiness is in giving. Your happiness is in the happiness of your beloved.